So singer and songwriter Oluwatobiloba Daniel, a.k.a. Kizz Daniel, has been allegedly arrested in Tanzania after failing to show up for a paid concert in the country. Fans of the singer who had gathered at the venue of the advertised show in Tanzania left in anger and trashed the place after he failed to show up, according to the viral videos that we have seen. So there are different stories, around social media on why Kizz Daniel did not show up for this concert. And I would like Miriam to help us with some of the things you've heard.
So yesterday also there was a viral video going around that showed, what's his name, Daddy Freeze interviewing, I think, the promoter of the show who claimed that he had put in about $60,000 for that particular show. He gave the prices of the tables, really expensive show, He said a lot of money went into it. But Kizz Daniel claimed that his luggage had not come in, and in his luggage was a particular chain he liked to wear whenever he performs. And if he didn't have that, he would not perform. They said they begged him. They had tears in their eyes begging him because of what they had put down, and people were so upset. Anyway, the police took him. But what we hear is that he's been released, and his lawyers will go back to the police station to finish the conversation.
I followed this trend on Twitter, and somebody carefully just showed pictures that shows that this person is always needed a substance to balance up. So this tweet showed him while walking around with a glass in his hand, obviously. So there was also suggestions online that he didn't perform because he didn't get the needed high to perform.
To get on stage.
Now, this is what breaks my heart, because I don't have a lot of music artists that I farms, but this one, I farms because I saw his pedigree when he had those legal issues with his earlier label. I read that, he was well-read. He's not one of those who skipped school, who don't have a school record. Someone said he had a 2-1. One of these blogs said he had a 2-1. He went to school. When his father passed, they wrote about, he comes from a balanced background. You'd expect some form of responsibility.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about money alone. When you enter into contracts, you just must perform. Also, when you enter into contracts and people are looking up, so the fans that scattered the place in Tanzania said they paid as high as $5,000 per table. Wow. These were people, and you're at the height of your career, you're trending, people love you. Humility, just small like this.
Just add it.
You add to this fame, and you're going to go places. You're going to blow. He's an A-list artist, whether he likes it or not. Somebody needs to sit them down. And I know Kizz Daniel is from a family, because I read when his father died about him. He's from a family that grounded. Somebody should sit in there and tell him, you better sit up and give yourself some sense.
I'm telling you.
And drop that cup you're holding up and down.
Collect the cup from him.
Collect that cup from him. Let him start to use his sense that he used to get a 2-1 to handle life.
I agree with you, Nima.
Okay, so we know that he has been on our airwaves back-to-back recently, and we're all celebrating his songs, and every time there's a celebration, his song is the first one we play. But the truth is that on our journey to success, we must be ready to be disciplined, to have integrity, to show up when we say we'll show up. And, this will cost him a lot. It will cost him other deals, bigger platforms, because he has shown that he cannot be trusted in little. I hope we hear from him and hear why that particular chain was important to him. I know of celebrities, actors, boxers, people who wear the same underwear for many years because that's to go into the ring for boxers, because that's the that's a good luck charm. Some of them will wear socks. Footballers are known to wear a particular socks that they've worn since they started their football career. So I don't know if that was the sort of hold it has on him, but knowing that money was put into this, there are consequences for every action. You know that money has been paid. What do you want these promoters to do? And if you cannot show up, you must be willing to come before people and apologize.
Before you pay someone to show up, you must sign a bit of contract. And there are rules and there are laws. At first, when I saw that they said the audience started destroying the facility. I felt, hey, Africa started again, but I checked online. Oyinbos too destroy facility. They destroy facility when artists don't come to perform because they are enraged. They've raised expectation. They showed up, cleared their schedule, paid. Even if you're going to get a refund, it will take a while. People need to understand. People travel for this trip. Some people travel out of states to attend. Maybe they're not living in Lagos. They come to Lagos just for an event. Too many things are at stake for somebody to just not show up like that. It must either be a life and death situation. And for artists, people respect you when you show up. There are artists that they'll tell you, people talk about Beyonce's work ethic. The level before any show. Excellent. Like, what's going on? She prepares for the show like this is life and death. And that's the way we must put in our work. Put excellence into your work. Talent will take you so far. It is your character that will sustain that growth. So for me, this is a no-no, and we must frown against it as well as all other artists who do it.
Yeah. So whether or not there's a contract you sign, costs are put into the organizing of events. You know that at that hall, not only will people pay to sit, caterers would have been paid, who would have been paid, you know, people that bought stands and all of that. There's a lot of legal consequences of it. To it, whether written or not, because this attitude of Nigeria will just give you your money back. Doesn't take care of anything. The security that they would have put in place to get that place secure enough for you to come in would have cost that organizer something. I wish that organizer, this is not because I don't like Kizz Daniel, just so that we'll set a proper precedent of what a working society looks like. In Nigeria here, when artists default, the management just go back, they do paddy, they settle the things outside, don't worry, you know, just organize 2 others. No. Somebody should take them to court and say, this is how much I have invested. And this is what it cost me for you not to perform. This was my projected profit.
That's it.
And this projected profit was so and so amount. The court, under equity, would award it clear if you're able to prove it, if your lawyer head correct. You know, you will collect your money so that artist next time, when he now sees the consequence, because if you were seeing these things, court processes abroad with artists, when you see the consequence of it, what's his name? One rapper artist, he went bankrupt on this kind of things. He did it too many times. They emptied the guy. He declared bankruptcy.
You don't try this in some places.